You act a little too feminine for a guy. Why do I gotta defend myself, girl? Yo, it's your boy B-Chem. B-Chem. B-K-E-M. You understand? I've had moments of feeling insecure, feeling not enough, feeling inadequate. I don't want to remember when I felt the weakest. That's a suppressed feeling. That's a suppressed moment. A lot of those moments had to do with what people thought about me, the perception of me. Because realistically, I loved myself until I heard people's opinions about me and what I should look like. Oh, you act a little too feminine for a guy. When I was younger, one of the things that I think people talk about a lot that made me feel insecure about myself is my body. You're too skinny for it. Like, you're too skinny. Like, my grandma would say this a lot to me. Are you sick? Like, in Igbo, like, why won't you eat food when every other person is eating? And why your legs like that skinny? Like, I would talk to a girl and they feel me and all, like, oh, you got the mind, like it's like hobby material. And then one day they're like, do you do sports? I never really seen you do, like, you grind and all good, but like, do you do sports? I'm like, I play soccer. And then they get to, so for some reason they always land to this, like, let me see your legs. Man, you need to put more meat on your legs, bro. I started working out. It's like, I'm about to gain this weight. But boy, I tell you, I bought whey protein. I did. And the thing is, I love to work out generally, but my motive wasn't right. I was trying to cancel out what people were saying about me. I wanted to appear in front of people, because that thought and what people said to me made me look at other guys like, I wish I had your body. Like, would these girls like me better if I had that body? A lot of people could talk about I grew out of my insecurity time and all that, but I tell you the real truth is, if it weren't for the sake of God and Jesus, like, you cannot get over your insecurity. What people say about you would continue to affect you until you view what God says about you. Until you take what people say about you and what God says about you and, like, put what God says about you over what people say about you, that's when you can get above your insecurity. Because insecurity has to do with what people, it's not necessarily what we have. It's not necessarily who we are. It's something that we think. It's a perception of ourselves. Because the truth is that God has called us what? Complete, whole. You're my royal priesthood. You're my royal name. You are mine. You're my son. You're my daughter. But because of what we think of what the world thinks of us, which is why the Bible always reminds us that we're in the world, but we're not of the world. So I feel like when I started to view myself as that, like, I started to love myself differently. I started to really say, bro, I really love how I look. I look at myself in the mirror like, boy, you fine. You know what I'm talking about? But I all had to do with, like, what God, like, when I really started to put my mind on Christ, like, yo, this is an earthly body. This is not, I'm not control. I own this. This doesn't own me. I can't let what people say about me become who I am. That's not who I am. Who I really am is what God says about me. And the truth is, I can't tell you when that started. Because the beautiful thing is, there's a lot of work that God does in us. We don't even know when. We don't know the degree. It just keeps happening. You don't know. You just come back one day like, whoa, I remember when I used to be like this before, but now I'm not that way anymore. Now I'm no longer insecure about how I used to feel. Now when people talk about my legs, I could get a little defensive. But then I remember, like, why do I gotta defend myself? Girl, my legs are skinny. So what? They're still muscular. I still love them, but that's me. I work out these days to keep my heart healthy, to keep my body, the body that God has given me, healthy to function. Because I find myself when I run, like, I used to run like 5 miles and I'm good. But now I run like 2 miles. I'm like, so now that's the reason I work out, to keep my body healthy so I can function, so I can be efficient for Christ. No longer working out because I want to look like what people say. So I look at myself, if I miss a workout day, that's fine. Because what's more important is, are you working out your spirit? Are you really working out your spirit? So that's what I'm more concerned about. And I feel like that's the work that God has done inside of me. Feel me, bro? Feel me? Y'all don't come at me, bro. Cause I still put some weight in the gym, bro. Come on! But God is good, y'all. God is so good. The transformation is so real. God is the only person that can really transform me.
Let's do it.
So real.
Good stuff. All right. Gee.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
And the Bible says when you know the truth does what? It sets you free. So I need to know the truth about myself. And when I learned that truth, it set me free.
That's a whole other video. I'm going to let you make that video, and you're going to record it, and you're going to share it on your channel.
All right, great.